Hi guys, this is Julia with Livewire Libraries, and today in our third part installation of Christmas cards and holiday cards, I'll be showing you how to make a Picasso snowman with light up LED eyes. So the template for this project of the Picasso snowman I found at the website littlebinsforlittlehands.com. It's on a page called Picasso-snowman. So if you're looking for the Picasso snowman template for this project, it can be found at littlebinsforlittlehands.com/Picasso-snowman. So we'll be using the same materials on this project as we used for last week's Christmas tree card, as well as the previous week's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer card. We'll need A4 white card. We'll need a pencil. We'll need a ruler, scissors, and sellotape. We'll need something to color with. I've got my colored pens here, but you can use pencils or crayons or whatever you choose. You'll also need 5mm LED lights. We're going to need 2 of them, one for each of the snowman's eyes. You'll need a CR2032 battery, and you'll need some copper tape with adhesive on the back. So here you can see that I've printed out my snowman template onto A4 white card. And then what I'm doing next is I'm using my ruler and black marking pen. And what I'm doing is I'm dividing my snowman and the background into various shapes. That's because this is a cubist project based on the artist Pablo Picasso. And in cubism, the items represented in the artwork look like they're made out of cubes and other geometric shapes. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my ruler and my black marker and I'm dividing my snowman and my background into various cube and other geometrical shapes. I have a preference for triangles, so you can see me. I'm doing quite a number of triangles. And then next, what we're going to do after we divide the snowman and the background into various shapes, we're going to go ahead and color each individual shape a different color. Okay, so now I've finished coloring my Picasso snowman. And the next step is I get out my CR2032 battery and my 2 LED lights. I've picked a white light and I've picked a blue light for the eyes. And what I'm doing here is I'm testing out the LED lights to make sure that they work with the battery. I've put one leg on one side of the battery, on the top of the battery, and the other leg on the bottom of the battery. And I'm just checking one way. If it doesn't work that way, I flip the legs the other way, just making sure that the LED lights, both of them, are lighting up with that battery. Okay, the next step, I'm taking my pencil and I'm poking holes in the snowman's eyes. So taking the 2 eye holes and I'm just poking holes in them so that I can string my LED lights through the snowman's eyes. And I'm just taking one LED light and I'm putting it through one of the snowman's eyes, and I'm taking the other LED light and putting it through the other snowman eye. Okay, now that I've put my LED lights in my snowman, I'm just flipping the card over to the other side, and I'm going to take my LED light legs and I'm going to bend them over. I'm just going to make sure that I check to make sure I know which leg is my short leg and which leg is my long leg on the LED lights. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip it so that the short leg for both LED lights is pointing to the right, and the long leg for the LED light legs is pointing to the left. So I've got my long legs pointing to the left and my short legs pointing to the right. Okay, so I'm ready to get out my copper tape now. And I'm going to go ahead and do a sandwich, a copper tape sandwich like I did last week, with one copper tape running on the left-hand side and one copper tape running on the right-hand side. So I used my scissors to cut my length of copper tape. And I'm just lifting up the LED legs on the left-hand side, and I'm putting the copper strip to run vertically underneath both of the LED light legs. So it's a copper strip on the left-hand side running under my two LED light legs. And then I'm going to cut off another strip and do the same to the right-hand side. I'm going to have a copper strip running underneath both of my right-hand side LED legs. So just got to lift up my LED legs on the right-hand side and adhere the copper strip to the card underneath the LED light legs. And I'm having that copper tape run down long enough, extend down long enough to give me a space for my battery, because in order to get the lights to light up, we're going to have to attach a battery. So I put that that copper tape a bit longer just so that we can have it extend down to our battery. Now what I'm doing is I'm making the top part of the sandwich. I'm taking copper tape and adhesing it down onto the top of the LED light leg. First on my left-hand side. I'm going to adhere those legs down on the left-hand side. So it's just a copper tape sandwich. There's copper tape underneath the LED legs, and there's copper tape above the LED legs. And then I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate that on the right hand side. I'm going to cut off some copper strips and put them on top of my LED legs on the right hand side. And I'm just going to make sure that everything's firmly attached down to the card. Okay, so now I'm ready to put on my CR2032 battery. So I've gone ahead and put it over the top of the right hand side copper tape. And now I'm just going to get some sellotape and adhere the battery down to the card. That just helps keep it in place for now. And then I'm going to take some copper tape and I'm going to lay it over the battery and adhere that to the left-hand side copper tape. And if you can see a little bit through, the lights are lighting through, but they're sort of flickering. I'm going to put a little bit more sellotape on my battery to hold it in place. Then I'm going to flip it over and see how bad the flickering is. So it is a bit flickering. The LED lights are lighting up, but they are flickering. So what that means is that our connections on the backhand side are loose. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the card back over and I'm going to try to tighten my connections by making sure that that copper tape is nice and tight against the LED lights and also against the card. And that should fix that problem. If your lights aren't lighting up at all, you might need to flip your battery. But hopefully now you have a card with LED lights lighting up. So I hope you've enjoyed and had a bit of fun making our 3 LED light up holiday cards. I know I did. Enjoy and happy holidays.